is greater than he. Greater is the least in the kingdom of heaven. It's greater than he. Greater is the least in the kingdom of heaven. Greater is the least. Greater is the greater is the least.
When John, while in prison, heard of the works of Christ, he sent word and said to him, "Are you the expected one, or shall we look for someone?"
Should we look for someone else?
Jesus answered and said to them, "Go and report to John
Go to John and tell him,
what you hear and see. Blind receive sight,
clear lens
the lame walk,
like deer.
the lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear. Dead are raised up, poor have the good news.
Gospel
Preach to them,
blessed, happy, and admired
is he who does not take offense at me."
the one who is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater even than he. Greater is the least in the kingdom of heaven. Greater is the least. Greater is the greater is the greater is the greater is the least.
As these men were going away, Jesus began to speak to the crowds concerning John. Jesus did say, "What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken by the wind?
Did you go to see a reed?
Did you go to see
A reed?
What did you go out to see? A man dressed in soft clothing. Those who wear soft clothing are in palaces
Lounging.
But what did you go out to see? A prophet?
Yes, you get it?
And more than a prophet. This prophet is the one about whom it is written, 'Behold, I am sending my messenger ahead of you who will prepare your way before you.' Truly I say to you, among those born of women, there has not arisen anyone greater than John the Baptist. The one who is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater even than he. Greater is the least. Greater is the least. Greater is the least. From the days of John the Baptizer, John, until now the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and violent men take it by force. For all the prophets and law prophesied until John. If you are willing to accept it, John is Elijah who was to come. The one who is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater even than he. Greater is the least in the kingdom of heaven. Greater is the least. Greater is the greater is the greater is the greater is the least. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. And this is a spiritual feast. Greater is the least. Greater is the least.